Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Deathboy, and today I want to make a guide for Brelshaza Gate 4 in Lost Ark. This video will cover normal and hard mode. If you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would help me out a lot. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. You can enter Gate 4 normal mode at 1520 and Gate 4 hard mode at 1560. As stated before, this video will cover normal and hard mode. Gate 4 has a 2-week lockout per character. You cannot do Gate 4 every week per character. Before you enter Gate 4, you want to bring the correct battle items. You will bring the following: Dark Grenade, Time Stop, and Sprinter's Robe. A Dark Grenade should be thrown on the boss to decrease defense for 20 seconds, allowing the party to deal additional damage. Use Dark Grenade at the start and in between major mechanics. Time Stop will make yourself invincible for a few seconds and should be used for certain attacks if you cannot dodge them in time. And Sprinter's Robe will increase your movement speed. Before I dive into the major mechanics, I want to discuss a special gimmick that occurs in Gate 4. In Gate 4, the map consists of 9 tiles in total. Each tile has 3 HP, with the center tile having 14 HP. Throughout the fight, you may see blue or yellow meteors beneath your feet. When a blue meteor is dropped on a tile, it will reduce that tile HP by 1. The yellow meteor has a larger AoE radius and will destroy the tile it is dropped on and surrounding tiles by 3 HP. Yellow meteors are always dropped at the top edge of 12 o'clock or bottom edge of 6 o'clock so that it only destroys 3 tiles in total. Blue meteors spawn every minute. In the past, yellow meteors would spawn at certain HP lines, but now it has been changed where yellow meteors will spawn after every third blue meteor or 3 minutes. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock tiles will not be damaged by yellow meteors. These are considered spare tiles. If you break the center tile, it is a raid wipe. If you break 4 tiles, it is also a raid wipe. If any player is standing on a tile that is about to break, that player will die. Broken tiles will recover after 1 minute 20 seconds. When a tile has 1 HP left, that tile will glow yellow. There are relevant cheat sheets that most pugs tend to follow regarding meteor placement. I will leave that link in the video description below. The first major mechanic occurs at 222 HP lines or below. 4 random players will get a debuff. You will see a bunch of tornadoes going across the map. Getting hit by the tornadoes will deal damage and remove the debuff if you have it. If you do not get hit by the tornado and wait for the debuff to expire, you will enter a separate dimension and see a black or white hole somewhere on the map. You should kill the black or white hole. If you do not, a giant black or white hole will spawn that hinders movement for the entire raid. At least one DPS player with the debuff should avoid getting hit by the tornado so that the black or white hole can be dealt with. This mechanic can be skipped by doing a lot of damage. The next major mechanic happens at 212 HP lines or below. The boss will teleport to the middle, sending everyone to a separate dimension. You should stand behind the boss at the edge of the tile. When you get sent to a separate dimension, a mob will spawn that will shoot out a bunch of blue orbs that can knock you back. If you stand right behind the mob, you will not get hit by any of the blue orbs. In this dimension, you will gain maximum movement speed. A shape will be shown on your screen. You need to memorize this shape. Your mouse control will also be flipped for the first and last portion of this mechanic, meaning if you click top, you will move bottom. If you click left, you will move right. After the blue orbs go away, 2 rows of tiles will flash, with 1 row being safe. You need to move to the safe tile. If you do not, you will die. This will occur 3 times in total. Your mouse control will go back to normal for the second time and flipped again for the final time. If the center tile is safe, that is considered 0 for clock position. You need to memorize the clock position of the safe spots and type them in chat along with the shape shown at the start. Example, square 0711. When you get out of the dimension, stand close to the boss in front. The boss will show a shape beside her. Whoever had this shape needs to guide members to the correct safe spots that occurred in a separate dimension. If this is done incorrectly, some or all members may die. At 188 HP lines or below, the next mechanic will occur. The boss will teleport to the middle and a cutscene will be shown. Everyone needs to gather at the top of the map. When this cutscene is finished, a random member will get a yellow icon beneath their feet. This is the yellow meteor and is considered number 1. The next player will get a blue icon beneath their feet. This is a blue meteor and is considered number 2. Every player afterwards will also get a blue icon beneath their feet. You need to count and see what number you are, starting from yellow, who is number 1. Number 1 will always stand at the top edge of the 12 o'clock tile. Number 2 and 3 can stand a bit closer to the middle. 4, 5, 6 will go to the 11 o'clock tile, and 7, 8 will stand on the 1 o'clock tile. A meteor will drop beneath your feet momentarily. When you see the icon beneath your feet go away, you need to quickly move out of that tile, otherwise you may die. This is because the yellow meteor is going to destroy these 3 tiles. If you are standing on 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock tile, you should move to the adjacent tile, not the middle. This is the safest way to survive. If you try to move to the middle after the icon goes away, you may die due to not making it in time. If you are 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8, you do not need to stand directly in the middle of the tile. You can stand a bit closer to the adjacent tile so that there is less distance to cover. After this mechanic is finished, the boss will spawn blue meteors on random members every minute. 2 blue meteors will always spawn after 1 minute of this mechanic. Second minute will be 3 blue meteors. To make sure this video is not long, refer to the link below regarding meteor placement. In hard mode, the 188 HP line mechanic is a bit different. Members will gather at the bottom of the map, and meteors will be shown below members' feet at a slower pace than normal mode. Number 1, who is the yellow meteor, will stand at the bottom edge at 6 o'clock. Number 2 will stand on that same tile. Number 3 will move to the 7 o'clock tile. Number 4 will move to the 9 o'clock tile. Number 5 will move to the 11 o'clock tile. Number 6 will go to the 12 o'clock tile. Number 7 and 8 will gather on the 1 o'clock tile. You need to keep moving in the direction of these tiles and count to see what number you are so that you can go to the correct tile with ease. After this mechanic is finished, fight the boss towards the top of the map since the bottom tiles will be broken. As an advanced tip for hard mode, after all meteors have dropped, gather at the top edge of the center tile where 11, 12, and 1 o'clock tile intersect. This will force the boss to teleport directly above you. Just like in normal mode, blue meteors will spawn every minute. The placement of these meteors is different than normal mode. Refer to the link below regarding meteor placement. The next major mechanic occurs at 112 HP lines or below. Everyone should go to the bottom left of the center tile. The boss will show a pizza telegraph twice. Stand in a safe spot to avoid damage. Afterwards, she will try to slam the center tile. You need to move out to avoid death. You will go to your ×3 or ×3 plus 1 clock position. Party 1 is ×3, Party 2 is ×3 plus 1. You will see a large black hole in the center, with red and yellow balls moving towards the black hole. These balls move at a very fast speed, so most groups rely on Shandi Sadriel, which will greatly slow down the speed of these balls. The raid leader should use the Shandi Sadriel a few seconds after the black hole has spawned. The goal is to avoid the red balls and only take yellow ones. If you get hit by 3 red balls in total, you will die. At the same time, a small black hole will appear on 4 tiles that are not broken. If your tile has a black hole, you need to take a minimum of 1 yellow ball, then go inside the black hole when it starts to shake a lot, as if it's about to explode. If you go inside the black hole early, you will die. The members who do not have a black hole on their tile need to take 2 yellow balls and avoid red. The members that went inside the small black hole will be knocked back on the outside facing Brelshaza. The members who took 2 yellow balls and got sucked into the middle will be in a separate dimension. In this separate dimension, a black hole will be trying to suck you in, with projectiles spawning from the middle that will damage you and knock you back. The members on the outside facing Brelshaza will see clones of Brelshaza. 8 will be shown in total, 1 on each outer tile. Members on the outside need to communicate and your character will need to physically touch a few clones. Try not to overlap with other members because you will not be able to check all 8 tiles in time. In most pugs, members will type a clock position they will cover, and will usually go clockwise at that position. You can check your minimap to see what quadrant is not covered and adapt accordingly. If your screen turns yellow when your character touches a clone, you need to ping that tile. In a separate dimension, a clone of Brelshaza will appear at that tile. Members in a separate dimension need to counter the clone or stagger the clone. The clone will always spawn directly in the middle of the tile, so stand a bit on the outer edge of the tile so that you can be prepared to counter or stagger. The clone will always face outside. If the clone is counter, the correct time to counter is when the clone raises her hand. Countering or staggering the clone in time will drop a yellow orb on the ground. Taking this yellow orb will give you a shield, saving you from the upcoming attack. There will always be 2 clones on the outside that turn clockwise or counterclockwise. After 30 seconds, 2 more clones will turn clockwise or counterclockwise. This should result in 4 pings in total, allowing 4 members on the inside to counter or stagger the clone and get a shield. If you fail to stagger or counter the clone in time, a blue meteor will drop on that tile. You should danger ping the tile if you fail to counter or stagger the clone so that members on the outside are aware. The next major mechanic happens at 65 HP lines or below. This is the exact same as the 222 HP line mechanic I discussed earlier. At least one DPS member with the debuff should avoid the tornadoes. Once the debuff expires, you'll be sent to a separate dimension and will need to destroy the black or white hole. If you fail to do this, a black or white hole will spawn, hindering movement for the entire raid. The next major mechanic happens at 32 HP lines or below. This is the exact same as the 212 HP line mechanic I discussed earlier. The boss will teleport to the middle, and you should stand at the edge of the center tile behind the boss. This will allow you to avoid the blue balls that the mob will spawn in a separate dimension. A shape will be shown on your screen that you need to memorize. 2 rows of tiles will flash, with 1 row being safe. Move to the safe tile, otherwise you will die. Memorize the clock position of each safe spot and type it in chat along with your shape. For the 32 HP line mechanic, your mouse control will be flipped randomly 2 times. Some pugs will decide to use the Ananasario for the 32 HP line mechanic. This will allow your mouse control to be normal for the entirety of this mechanic. The last major mechanic happens at 25 HP lines or below. The boss will drop 3 blue meteors at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock tiles, which will break these tiles. A raid wipe will no longer occur from 4 tiles being broken. In hard mode, there are 2 more mechanics. At 7 HP lines, a cutscene will occur for a moment, then the boss will generate 160 lines of HP. During this mechanic, every ×3+1 position will inevitably flash blue on your screen. Each position will not all flash at once. This blue flash means a meteor will spawn at that location. The order in which the flash occurs is the order in which the meteors will spawn. The first flash you see on your screen means 2 meteors will spawn. You should ping this location so that everyone knows that 2 meteors will spawn at that location. If you see a blue flash twice at a clock position, that also means 2 meteors will spawn. When a meteor spawns, it will either flash blue or red. If it flashes blue, you will need to counter. After you counter the meteor, you will see a blue orb in front of your character. This is a laser beam that you will need to aim at the boss. Your character needs to look at the boss in order for it to hit the boss. Performing an auto attack in the direction of the boss is a convenient way to reposition for the blue laser. If the blue laser hits the boss, it will knock off 14 HP lines. If you fail to counter a meteor that glows blue, it will explode in the middle, causing heavy knockback, which may result in players falling to their death. If the meteor flashes red, do not damage the meteor, let it go to the middle. And members in the middle should stop DPS when meteors are coming in. If you damage the red meteor, it will cause heavy knockback, which may result in players falling to their death. Proper strategy is to have 4 members at each clock position, with 1 additional member being a flex when 2 meteors spawn at a clock position. The other 3 members will keep Brelshaza busy in the middle. In most pugs, members will type the clock position they will cover before the mechanic starts. The positions are 1, 5, 7, 11, and flex. A good tip is to be patient and wait for the meteor to show red or blue. You have a lot of time to counter, so there's no need to rush. This mechanic will happen 4 times in total, 3 blue meteors and 2 red meteors each time, resulting in 12 blue lasers that could be pointed to the boss. In between meteors, members should damage the boss to allow room for error in case someone does not counter a meteor or miss a blue laser. If you're playing a ranged class and have a blue laser, be careful not to auto-attack a red meteor that comes flying in when you are aiming your blue laser to the boss. If you are tight on damage or some members miss countered meteors or lasers, you can use a Xenosadriel if it is up. When Brelshaza's shield is depleted, your screen will zoom out and a lot of purple orbs will spawn on the map. Your goal is to take at least 1 purple orb to shield you from the upcoming attack. At 0 HP lines, the boss will spawn a large orb at the 7 o'clock tile. Smaller orbs will spawn around it. Collecting the small orbs will give you a damage buff that can stack. A high DPS player should collect a bunch of small orbs and kill the large orb in one shot. This is because a large orb generates HP very quickly. And that will conclude my guide for Brelshaza Gate 4. I only covered major mechanics in this video. If you want to read up on notable attack patterns, click the link in the video description below. If you have enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more guides in the future. With all of that being said, I hope you have a wonderful time raiding in Lost Ark. Peace.